The sport of boxing, right? It's always been about the story of the fighters, and both you and Ugas have a remarkable story. Both of you guys have come over triumph. You hear his story as far as how he came to the United States, his whole journey as well as your journey. But when you hear his journey and you think of yours, what do you feel as far as separates you from Ugas? And not only that, but from your prior opponents. What separates Ugas from the past opponents that you've had?
I don't know. It's just like Ugas probably still has, the hunger that wants to be the best. It's something that he talks about a lot. Like he want to be the best, he want to fight the best, and things like that. So I feel like he might be a little bit more hungry than guys like Danny Garcia, who's already looks like he's good, at his life and things like that. So he can ride off in the sunset and retire. Right now, he won't be bothered about it. So I just feel like he's a lot hungrier than a lot of guys that I fought in my prime.
Errol, you talk about this third chance at boxing and the eye injury. Can you go back to last year and the timeline there? How fortunate you guys were to catch it when you did, knowing what you knew about how serious that could have been?
I don't feel like I was that fortunate to catch it because, I wanted to fight. So,
But you could have gone blind.
Yeah, one eye. I got another eye. So, that was my whole thing about it because when I had the patch on, I seen good with my one eye. So, for me, I really just wanted to fight. I feel like it was a great opportunity for me. And, it was kind of foolish too, but at the end of the day, I feel like I'm a warrior and I'm a guy that, puts it on the line. I'm a guy at that moment, I'm grateful I didn't, but at that moment, like, I wanted to fight. And, training camp, just leading up to it, knowing that, how great a champion, Pacquiao, was and it still is, and, everything he's done, he's a legendary, fighter in the sport. So, I wanted that opportunity, and it, just passed me by like that. So, at the time, I really wanted it, but, it's a blessing that, it didn't happen, and the doc didn't let me fight.
Do you feel like in a way you have like 9 lives at this point?
I don't know about 9 lives. They run out. So, I just feel like I'm extremely blessed, and I feel like a lot of stuff, things been in my favor, and I persevered through them all. And something always happen, and it might delay me, but it never stops me. So, just a blessing to be here, and for me, this is a win-win for me. There's no way I can lose. Cause most people that went through a car accident like I did, they'll get thrown from a car and basically get thrown 50 feet in the air, land on concrete, solid concrete, and still be here to be able to talk, and and not alone just box and run, and not having lingering pains in my body. This is a lot. That just a higher power. It wasn't myself. It was something higher than myself that that made sure I was okay.
EJ, he's a big welterweight, just like Kell Brook was. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen a guy this big in a long time.
Yeah.
What challenges does Ugas pose, and what did you learn from the Pacquiao fight?
He's just a good fighter. I didn't really learn, too much from the Pacquiao fight, but he's just a very good fighter. As I spar a lot of big guys like Big A and things like that, so I'm not worried about him, being, a big guy or anything like that, So I just feel like it's just gonna be a great fight. He's gonna come to fight, and like I said, I'm putting on another great one-sided performance like I usually do.
The fact he only has 12 knockouts, does that give you confidence to take it inside with him?
Nah, that doesn't mean anything to me. I'm gonna do whatever I need to do anyway. So it doesn't matter if he had 19 knockouts. I'm still gonna follow my game plan and do what I've always been doing. So now it doesn't matter 12 knockouts.
You already discussed boxing. You mentioned wanting to become undisputed. What would it mean for the Errol Spence legacy to become the undisputed welterweight champion of the world?
It'll mean a lot, but I feel like me just continuing the fight, and after all the situations, and know, stuff that I've been through, and to come back and still continue to fight, I feel like, you know, that means a lot more to myself, and something that, you know, I basically can talk to my kids about and, you know, tell them, so they should never quit or anything like that. So, I mean, I feel like that means a lot more to me than, you know, just winning another belt. But, I mean, I'm on that verge, God willing. I stay healthy. I'm definitely going to do what I've always been doing and keep winning, keep fighting the best out there. And if it wasn't for my eye injury, you know, I would have the Ring magazine and the WA belt. So, I mean, it'll tell you it all right there what's next. So, you know.
You mentioned Errol, you know, you starting out prior to you becoming a champion. You said that you were fighting for legacy. You want to be remembered as one of the greatest fighters in our era. And right now you're in a pathway to do that. But you mentioned the WBA, you have the WBC IBF belt, but there's one more belt that's out there. Obviously, Terrence Crawford. I know he's gone on record and said that he's spoken with you, had some sort of conversations with you about potentially making a fight in the future. What do you honestly feel that it will take for you guys to, you know, potentially make that fight happen? I think that's the fight that all the fight fans are wanting, everybody's asking for, everybody's clamoring for, and it needs to happen.
It definitely needs to happen. I mean, we'll see after this fight, and you know, to my fault, you know, it's something that, you know, I'm not gonna talk about to the public and stuff like that, and things that, you know, oh, I need this, or he need to do this, he need to do that. You know, for me, boxers have, you know, we got egos too. You know, somebody telling me I need to do something, I need to do this, or he telling me I need to do this, I need to do that. You know, that just, you know, plays into it. So not the fight not happening, that plays into it. So I just feel like, you know, it just need to happen behind closed doors, and you know, something that our teams talk about, and, you know, hopefully the fight can be made. So, you know, I definitely think, you know, it's very promising, especially, you know, with me snatching this other belt from Ugas. So we'll see.
All right, guys, that's a wrap, guys.